There was a time where I honestly was about to give up on everything. I felt as if the verses, the content idea, the creative wars, all of it were just ideas that I convinced myself were good ideas. And as time went on, I tried to seek approval outside of myself. I was driving all these schools, cold pitching myself, getting nothing, doing free work for people in hopes that, I would prove my worth. So the work obviously wasn't appreciated, and that made me feel as if I wasn't enough, or what I was offering wasn't enough, that I didn't have a competent skill set, that I didn't actually have a good offer. I started falling into the trap of comparison. I started seeing people making $30K a day trading, while I'm driving around getting, hey, just leave me your info from every prospect. And it just hurt. It physically hurt me, bro. Like, I would go in the car between pitches, bro, and I would just feel so drained. Like, I would look at my phone screen, the low bank balance would hurt my soul. Empty DM responses, emails, no response back. It was hard, bro. It was hard. And the worst part isn't being broke, bro. Honestly, it's knowing that I had something inside of me that nobody could see yet, including myself. I have these gifts of metacognition, creativity, and integrative intelligence, yet I feel so powerless. I was born with multiple gifts. Everyone said I had so much potential. The baseball field, the dealership, my high school friends.
It's a lot of words you throwing at me that mean different things. So we just gotta bring it together and tell me what you're trying to do, and then I can give you an actual answer as to if we can cook some up. Cause you got potential. Gang, I see.
Yo, this thing is bothering me.
But potential is just another word for unfinished. I kept giving people trailers instead of the movie. I'd show up with energy, vision, intelligence, and then rotate to the next thing before anyone saw a completed transformation. Therefore, I started chasing proof, drop shipping, day trading, AI automation, lawyer OS, content agencies. Each one felt like the thing for about 72 hours. But every pivot made the gap wider, and each new direction had the same justification. This one will make money faster, because rent was coming and my mom needed help, because my brothers and sisters needed a model and they don't even know it yet. Two worlds pulling me apart. The digital builder chasing creative freedom, and the sovereign man learning trades, growing food, and training to fight. But I was in my mom's house, no car, no liquid money, buying seeds and zeolite while my family watched TV, building for people who hadn't asked to be built for. I couldn't explain what I was doing because it didn't have a name yet. I kept hearing just pick one thing, but I wasn't built for one thing. I was built for something that didn't exist yet. Therefore, I spiraled. I'm tired of spiraling. I'm tired of trying. I'm tired of being tired of being tired.
How do you feel?
But the spiral wasn't what I thought it was. I thought I had a consistency problem. I was wrong. I'm consistent. I'm consistent with the bad systems I'm putting in place. I'm consistent with not doing the things I should be doing. It's a commitment problem. What am I truly willing to suffer for? What am I truly, what goal, what vision? In 20 years, I know I'm gonna be a totally different person, right? So I'd rather just try and execute this idea while I'm not independent and having to fight my way through the world, because who knows what can happen. Me committing to this right now could change the trajectory of my life for the next 5 to 10 years. But being committed to it is hella hard because there's no blueprint for what I'm trying to do. Not even that there is no blueprint, because there are people that have done similar things. There's competition out there. But the certain lane that I'm trying to build, and the way that the long-term vision that I have for myself, it's fuck, bro. There's no, but which is good, because I have to build a framework for myself. I have to figure it out for myself, and that's what these founder frameworks are for. That's why I'm recording this and documenting the journey, because y'all, I don't have none of this figured out. I'm telling you, this book just has a bunch of me, just trying to figure stuff out, gang. It's, and not even just this book, my journals and stuff, but I know because I have so much belief. This is the only, I don't be doing this for lawyer OS. I don't be sitting down writing, staying up till 3 in the morning, creating frameworks, trying to figure out what's the bottleneck to my business, because it's always gonna come back to me. I'm in this alone. Ain't nobody rooting for me. And that's another thing, bro. It was I made a decision when I quit baseball, bro.
Like when I stopped playing that game, bro, it wasn't peaches and cream, bro. It's not like I'm still facing the effects of me making that decision now. So it's never gonna be like, oh, you made this decision and then the whole world is rooting for you, bro. No, you finna have to walk through that forest, gang, alone. You can't look back, bro, because you took that step for a reason. And that's part of being a warrior, bro. You gotta know what you stand for and why you're standing for it. You feel me? And you gotta be committed. And I'm committed to this. It's just, I'm just trying to figure out what's the bottleneck, because like I said, it comes back to cash flow and audience, right? Cash flow and audience. Cash flow, audience. Cash flow, I feel like physical labor is always gonna be there, you know. And yes, it's better to start when you're young because you can get the boring, the low pay part out the way, which is why I'm trying to do it now at 19. But as far as opportunity cost, trades has a higher chance of remaining high demand than personal branding and tech and stuff. You know what I mean? The world is advancing in that direction, but there's only going to be a certain gap, I feel like, where people will start realizing, okay, because of all this AI slop, human connection and storytelling is the ultimate moat. Everyone needs marketing. Everyone needs that, bro. So with that being said, bro, I think I gotta focus, just stay in my lane, bro. Like, I feel like my trade thing, yes, it's gonna happen. Look, there go the butterfly. God is in you, bro. Let me just put it that way. God is in you, bro. So if you acknowledge God in all your ways and he absorbs all your attention, there go the yellow butterfly. That's God, bro. That's God, bro. Focus on God. So we're just gonna say God, and I'm not saying that in a cliche way. I literally need my spirituality. Oh, there go the butterfly. Yep. It just yeah, it's God. Number one is God. The butterfly, the yellow butterfly, y'all, it just flew across my chest, gang. I'm riding the bike and it literally just flew across my chest. And therefore I started building skills around my fears. Trades, because the grid might go down. Automation, because AI might eat everything. Coding, because the market demands it. But none of it was what I was called to do. I was learning insurance, not purpose. And I knew it the whole time. I literally wrote down in my journal, if I'm not able to express myself artistically, I don't know if I could keep living. So what I was trying to tell y'all was, recently I was spiraling, bro. Yesterday I was spiraling because I did this subscription with Go High Level and I was trying to learn N8N, right? But the technical stuff has been really pissing me off. Like, even when I was trying to do CS50, bro.
Or you do a greater than and the equal sign, and that's how you achieve the notion of greater than or equal to or less than or equal to.
What the fuck is he talking about?
What bang equals? Yeah.
See, even they,
equal. So generally,
they even confused and they go to Harvard.
Like, my brain, I'm like, what is this man talking about, bro? Like, my brain just don't work like that. And it's sad because I like to be good at everything, but that's not something, it's not even that I'm not good at it, because it's something that you can get good at. It just takes a whole long time of doing boring stuff. You know what I mean? And it's not something that I really, really, really want to do. I just want to be able to build an app. You know what I mean? But eventually, building apps is going to be commoditized. Everybody gonna have their own SaaS, bro. Like, everybody gonna have their own product, but nobody gonna have the vision. Nobody gonna have the creative vision, and not everybody's gonna have the audience. So that's what's gonna separate the people that are successful from who aren't, is not only an accumulation of skills, but a synthesis of them. And not only the software, you know what I'm saying? Not only the product, the design of the product or whatever. That's not what's gonna be differentiate people. It's gonna be who is known. You know what I mean? Who is known for their character the most, because people buy from people. I've been trying to do things like how the world's doing things, chasing things that the world is chasing, but not embracing. Like, I've been neglecting my inner voice, bro. It's something that's been telling me, like, you need to focus on your creative direction. Like, every day that you trying to be somebody else that you're not, you missing out on your calling. Every day that you're not focused on your calling, you're delaying the blessings that I'm trying to bring you. You're delaying the people that you're supposed to be impacting. You're delaying the community that you're talking about, the tribe that you want to build. That's found through your gifts, bro. You know what I mean? It say a man's gifts brings him amongst a great man. I said that out loud. I said that out loud, and I still kept chasing the wrong things. Therefore, one night, I just fell to my lowest. I fell short again. I woke up staring at the ceiling, apologizing to God. wondering if this whole verse thing was something I convinced myself was a good idea. But God woke me up at 4:30 in the morning. I immediately got on my knees. I started praying, and the Holy Spirit said one thing: you haven't been spending time with me. I knew I'd been trying to make myself my CEO again, running my own life on my own strength, wondering why I was spiraling when I'd removed the source of my power. Therefore, I opened my Bible. I told God, take me to where you need me to go. I'll do the reading. You just bring me the understanding, God. He led me to Matthew 13. God is moving. He is speaking to his children. This is why I need to be documenting it, bro, because my life, everybody's life is a movie, bro. I don't know, my hair look crazy, but this is authentic to when I'm not getting right for no video. Like, this is really how I'm living. Like, this is really how I'm living. So look, boom. Let me read y'all the whole message, bro. But when I wrote this message, right, Cheyenne told me, she was like, when she read it back to me, like what I said, when she was reading my message back to me, I listened to that junk. I'm like, I was cooking, but I wasn't cooking though. But God was cooking, bro. But it's like when I was writing it, it's like when I'm looking at it through my eyes, it looked like, that's why you gotta just post it sometimes, because it's not about what you think about it, bro. You don't know how other people gonna perceive it, how they gonna internalize it, what you're saying, how it's gonna hit them, how it's gonna resonate. It's all about resonance. That's what I'm saying. Your soul resonates with this word, bro. You may not understand how God do it, but your soul resonates with that word. Let me read y'all the message. Hold on, let me put this back in here. Matthew 13:12, right? For whoever has, to him shall more be given, and he shall have an abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has shall be taken away from him. Okay, that's the verse. VXV. Okay, the universe responds to belief. When you operate out of lack, it believes you. When you operate as if you already have enough, it grants you more. God will never reward undeclared capacity. You also must understand this applies to shifting your identity. Before you become that thing, you will have chances to openly express it as a test of assurance. This can be very subtle, like a stranger asking you, so what do you do for a living? Or what do you want to be when you get older? These are chances to claim the identity you desire and envisioned in private. Don't wait for the future to become present for you to feel ready. Only now exist. The life you ask for must be owned, never given. Remain remnant. Twin, that's a word, bro. That's a word, twin. That's a word. There is no waiting to feel ready, twin. You don't understand that time is on a continuum. Okay? What is outside of that continuum? Eternity. Everything already happened. You feel me? Like, everything already happened, bro. I don't even want to say it like this, but you already a dead man or woman walking. It's no point in fearing this stuff that's happening, how it's playing out, bruh. Because at the end of the day, you got to know that we won. We won. The fact that you know God, that you have a relationship with him, bro, you won, bro. Part of your faith is knowing that you won, bro. If you on the side of God, bro, it don't matter what happened in this world, because this is not your destination. This is not your home. You're passing through to save souls, to show people love. You're teaching people and you're learning yourself how to love. But you also have to understand that God planned this out, bro. And he has gifts for you. And if you trust that, he will reward that. Okay? If you trust that and you walk in it, the vision that he gave you in private, and you keep the faith in that, bro, he will reward it. He will bring it into fruition. And you got to understand too that God's vision is greater than yours. It's bigger than what you think that you want to achieve. You can't even imagine the places and the rooms that you'll be in if you truly embrace your gifts of creativity, of whatever it is for you, of expression, of articulation. Like whatever, bro, whatever, like literally whatever. You know what I'm talking about. When I'm talking to you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't gotta name nothing, bro. You know exactly, you resonate with that, bro. Nobody can take away your story, bro. No matter what happens, bro, you have a specific story that the person that you needed your whole life, or that you feel like you needed, or that you didn't have, if you have to reframe that as the person that you want to become. All the things that you feel like that you missed out on, bro, the reason that you went through that or you missed out on that is because that's the gap that you're meant to fill for others. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you, bro?
Matthew 13:12. This is in the NASB version. I don't know what y'all reading. It says, for whoever has, to him shall more be given, and he shall have an abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has shall be taken away from him. So look, that's what that verse said, right? Let's go a little farther back, because we need context. We need context when we reading this word. So you can't just read it and just be, you feel me? So let's read the whole chapter. Boom, chapter 13. Jesus teaches in parables. On that day, Jesus went out of the house and was sitting by the sea, and great multitudes gathered to him, so that he got into a boat and sat down, and the whole multitude was standing on the beach. And he spoke many things to them in parables, saying, behold, the sower went out to sow. And as he sowed, some seeds fell beside the road, and the birds came and ate them up. Okay? And others fell down upon the rocky plains, where they did not have much soil. And immediately they sprang up, because they had no depth of soil. Right? But when the sun had risen, they were scorched. And because they had no root, they withered away. I could really stop right here, because this is crazy. This is crazy confirmation. And it's weird how God's sequence work. Verse 7. And others fell among the thorns, and the thorns came up and choked them out. And others fell on the good soil and yielded a crop, some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. He who has ears, let him hear. Boom, an explanation. Verse 10. And the disciples came and said to him, why do you speak to them in parables? And he answered and said to them, to you it has been granted to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been granted. Okay, boom. Next verse is what I just read to y'all. For whoever has, to him shall more be given, and he shall have an abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has shall be taken away from him. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because while seeing they do not see, and while hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. Understanding. And in their case, the prophecy of Isaiah is being fulfilled, which says, you will keep on hearing, but will not understand. And you will keep on seeing, but will not perceive. For the heart of this people has become dull, and their ears they scarcely hear. And they have closed their eyes, lest they should see with their eyes, and understand with their heart, and return, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear. For truly I say to you that many prophets and righteous men desired to see what you see and did not see, and to hear what you hear and did not hear. Hold up, bro. Hear the sower explain, bro. This is verse 18 right here. Hear then the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches his heart away, what has been sown in his heart. This is the one on whom seed was sown beside the road. Okay. And the one on whom seed was sown on the rocky places, this is the man who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. Yet he has no firm root in himself, but is only temporary. And when affliction or persecution arises because of the word, immediately he falls away. Oh my goodness, bro. Hold on, bro. And the one on whom seed was sown among the thorns, this is the man who hears the word, and the worry of the world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. And the one on whom seed was sown on the good soil, this is the man who hears the word and understands it, and indeed bears fruit, and brings forth some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. Hold on, gang. Oh my goodness, this revelation is crazy, bro. So look, in chronological order, I read this verse. I read that, right? I wasn't thinking about it for real. But when I prayed, I was like, I need to be spending more time in prayer. Boom. I go downstairs, right, to go make me some breakfast. Gang, we didn't have no water, no fruits, no nothing in the freezer, or nothing, gang, like nothing in our stuff, bruh. So I'm like, bruh, it's 5 in the morning. It was like 6 at this time. So I'm like, let me see if Kroger open. But I didn't want to go to Kroger because I told God, bro, we need to start shopping at the farmer's market, which is really what I've been doing. Every time I go get groceries, it's at the farmer's market. So I'm like, okay, farmer's market don't open till 7. Boom, I drive over there, right? I got there a little early, and I realized that the farmer's market don't open till 7. So I'm like, okay, let me go get some gas and then come back, and I wait in the parking lot. I was the first man in the door. Boom, I go in there, grab everything we need, and really in the back of my head, bro, I'm telling myself, I'm like, bro, this finna come out to at least $150, gang, like, cause you know what I mean, like, it be at the farmer's market, every time you try to eat healthy, bro, it's gonna be more expensive. So I'm like, okay, I was thinking about my budget, bro, like, I'm tight on money, gang, so I can't just be out here just spending all my money. But something in my heart told me, like, this is for your people. Like, it's gonna come back tenfold, 100-fold, like he said in the word that I read that morning. I promise you, I kid y'all not, gang. I kid y'all not. So I'm in the line, and me and this lady, I only had cash on me, right? So I ain't have my card, so I just had cash. So I'm like, okay, let me go to the cashier. So the lady walk over there, and she check all my stuff through. Boom, it's about like 120. So I'm like, dang. So I looked at my wallet, right? And I thought I had, like, originally in my brain, like, I be keeping my money, like my cash, I think about it in my brain. So like, I ain't have it written down, which I need to start doing. I need to start auditing my money daily. But I remembered me having $300 something, right? But when I opened my wallet, I only see 200s and then like 2 10s and like a couple ones or something like that, right? So I only seen like $200 in there, 200 something dollars. So I pull it out, I just gave her the 200, right? Boom. And I can't, like, when I gave her the 200, I literally swear I seen 2 bills, gang. Boom, I gave her the 200. She said, you really giving me, she was like, you giving me too much money. Boom, she pulled it apart, it was 300s. So I'm like, you feel me? Like, I thought I only had 200 in here, right? So that was the first thing. I'm like, that's weird, because I grabbed the money, like, when she was checking my stuff out, I literally pulled the money, like, I didn't feel no another bill on there. You know what I mean? Especially about hundreds, bro. You know you gonna check, double check. So that was just a little weird to me, you know? But I'm like, let me keep going. So when she pulled out the 100, when she pulled the hundreds apart, right? I'm like, ooh, you could have did me bad. Like, you could have really just walked off with that junk. She said, nope, because if I did you bad, God would have got me, right? And I said, okay, I respect that. She was like, I gotta go back. I gotta go to the back and grab you your change. I'll be right back. So she was back there for about 10 minutes, gang. So I'm waiting in the line, but it was cool because I'm the first one in the store. Like, nobody else behind me. I'm not waiting on nobody. It was $115.92, right? Boom, all the groceries. I gave her $200. So if you do a little mental math, the change that she owed me is $84.08, right? Let me double check. Make sure I'm not tweaking. 200 minus 115.92. I see that, right? $84.08. Boom. So she finally come back after about 10 minutes, right? Right? The $84 is what she owed me, right? She gave me 80 back. So boom. So I paid the $4 on my card, right? And then, you know, she gave me more change, right? And I guess it was to make up for those $4, right? So she handed me 4 ones, right? And a $100 bill. Forget everything that happened before this. Forget trying to figure out the change and stuff. How do I walk out the grocery store with more money than I came in with? Bumbo clots! How me walk out the store with more money than me? Yo, I was like, hold up, bro. I walked in the car, gang. I'm like, why do I have more money in my wallet than I walked in here with? That don't make no sense, gang. Like, I gained money from buying the food. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I didn't walk in with more money than the original amount, but I walked in with more money. Twin, I walked in with a positive transaction. Do you get what I'm trying to say, gang? I was like, what just happened? And I'm talking to God in the car. It was crazy because I kept saying on the way there, like, after reading my word, I kept saying, this is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it, bro. Like, today is going to be an amazing day. Like, you know what I mean? I kept telling myself that. And even after this happened, I was like, God, I'm not going to question you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to question you because I was trying to figure out if this is a blessing or if I just don't know.
I served my family first. I was selfless, and therefore abundance showed up when I stopped chasing it. But the real revelation came later. Matthew 13, the parable of the sower. Same seed, 4 soils. The seed didn't fail. The soil did.
That junk broken. This is the man who hears the word, and the worry of the world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. That's me. Honestly, that's me right now. That is me right now, bro. I use Cloud Code to make $2 million in the last hour. Twin, I use C-Dance 2.0 plus anti-gravity to create $50,000 websites. Twin, you feel me? It's like worry about your path, gang. Like, nope, like you got a different path. Like your path not gonna be like that, bro. Like it might be that, it might. I don't know your calling. I'm talking to myself though. Like I'm slick talking to myself. Like when I'm saying you, when I'm talking to y'all, like I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to you because you are me and I am you, and then God is both of us. You feel me? So I'm talking to God. You feel me? But I'm not talking to God because I'm not telling God that He this person, but I'm talking to myself. Like
I hear the word, but I also hear the world. The income flex post at 2 a.m., the comparison, the fear of being left behind. The thorns were choking my seed. Therefore, I prayed the hardest prayer I've ever prayed.
I'm sorry, Lord, for trying to do things in my own strength and in my own power and not submitting and surrendering to you and wondering why I'm spiraling, you know what I mean, when I'm trying to get my strength from myself when you are the source of my strength. You power me, Lord. You strengthen me. You are the one who enables me to be able to be productive and get in the flow state because you are the flow. And I can only achieve this flow state if I acknowledge you and put all my attention towards you, Lord. You come before everything else that I'm trying to achieve. If I'm not rooted in you, I fall. Just like you said in your word, the kingdom of heaven is like a seed. It's like a mustard seed. But if we aren't watering it, we'll wither away. Just like the plant that you talked about in this word that you gave me. We wither away when we're not rooted in God. When we're not rooted in you, when we're not grounded in your presence. So Lord, I ask that you help me put you before everything else. Because you are my CEO. You run my life. My life, this is not about me. This ain't about me. This ain't about me, man. And I know that. I thank you for the opportunity of being your child, of being one that you make known these things. You've given me the gift of wisdom. You've given me the desire to understand. You've given me the heart of compassion. You breathe your breath into me every second, Lord. Every breath is a prayer. Every moment is a miracle. So now, Lord, I ask that you help me lay my worries of the future and the things that are holding me back from my past that I'm keeping in my mind. I ask that you help me let them go and lay them at your feet, Lord. Lay all my burdens at your feet and surrender to you in every single moment, knowing that I'm being guided. I'm being guided. Everything that I've done, I've been guided. And that you are on time with everything. That you know, Lord, how important time is. You know what I should be doing with my time. I don't know. I truly don't know how important time is. You're eternal, Lord. You're eternal. I can't even fathom what time is. So you know how I should be spending my time. So therefore, if I put you first, you will direct my path. You will guide my day so that I'm making the best use of my time. Because you are the best use of my time. Everything that I do should come back to you. It should come back to you, to glorifying you, to spreading your love, to being the embodiment of that, to being a vessel, Lord, a visionary vessel. Because you've given me these gifts. I have to be more dependent on you because I can't lead anyone if I'm not relying on you. You're my leader. You're my shepherd, Lord. You're my shepherd. I don't got no power. I have no authority. Any power or authority that I have comes from you, from relying on you. Thank you. I can't even ask you for nothing because you've given me enough. You've given me more than enough. I've been allowed to experience you in this lifetime. You've shown me that you exist. I don't even just believe that you're real. I know that you're real. You've made your presence known to me. You've revealed things to me that other people can't see. You've spoken to me in ways that can only be explained through you. And it's not my job to know the how. It's just my job to know him. And the more that I trust and accept that the abundance or everything that I want resides in you, I'll reflect that because I'm a reflection of you, your image. And Lord, I ask that I embody that daily, every moment, with the way that I talk, with the way that I walk, with the way that I pray, with the way that I treat my craft, my craftsmanship. Lord, I ask that you help me be a diligent man, not a sluggard, not a worrisome man, a warrior of the garden, man that protects the vulnerable, that carries out your will, that shows people the truth. But I can't do that without you, Lord. So I surrender to you right now, Lord, all my burdens, all the things that I struggle with, all my strengths, because you're the source. And I ask, Lord, that you help me, bring me an understanding of the season that I'm in, the hidden curriculum behind what I'm going through, these problems that I'm facing, what you're trying to grow and build and reveal through me. Because everything has a deeper curriculum. The enemy is he's a puppet. You're behind him. He has to answer to you, Lord. He don't have no authority neither. He on the leash, bro. His time running out, and I know that. He know that. He know that I know that you know. He know that I know that you know that you know that I know. I don't know. I'm just talking right now, Lord. I ain't gonna lie. I was chatting right there, but for real, every opportunity, I don't have to worry about opportunities or anything because they come from you. You have always guided me to the people that need my help, my skill set, and it's only gonna grow bigger. Lord, I ask that you help me be more intentional, hyper intentional about the things that I'm consuming, that I'm allowing to run my mind, that I'm allowing to plant seeds of thoughts, of energy in me, because I have to honor this vessel that you've given me. You told me the kingdom is like a seed, right? The kingdom is like a seed. Everything starts from the inner world. So Lord, help me guard my spirit. Help me guard my spirit because everything starts from there. Whatever I let corrupt my spirit, like you said with the seed in the book, whatever worries of the world that I let corrupt my spirit will come through thoughts. And then my thoughts will turn into feelings and my feelings will turn into actions. And I'll be putting out a frequency that doesn't align with you. And I'll wither away. And I'll let the enemy just come take that seed. But Lord, help me turn my attention inward. Don't allow me to be distracted by the world. Allow me to be disciplined and refined through you. I can only honor this temple if I honor my spirit. I can only prioritize my health and optimize my health and fitness if I'm optimizing the health and fitness of my spirit. That comes first. Spirit, mental, then physical. I can't be in my best shape if I'm not in my best form. If I'm not in my soul not in its best shape. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say, Lord? I know you know what I'm trying to say, because I'm speaking through you right now. This is the Holy Spirit. My spirit. Everything flows from the spirit, from the heart. You see where I'm pointing right now? I ain't even realized, but you see that though. You see that, right? I know you see that, bruh. That's where it's at. Everything flow from the heart, bruh. Everything flow from the heart. So Lord, I ask for just better understanding, intentionality. You know what I mean? Wisdom can only be applied through understanding. Knowledge is nothing without understanding. Understanding comes from you. So Lord, I help me be more committed to spending more time with you.
And here's what happened when I stopped spiraling and started praying. When I was spiraling, trying to figure it out on my own strength, I couldn't think of a single verse, literally nothing. But as soon as I started praying, the verse just came, written on my heart, already there. The root system was already built. I just had to water it.
Everything you do during the slow start is a seed. I don't think people understand the concept of seed. Like there's a reason that God put man in a garden, because the garden is the microcosm of life. It's God's perfect, ideal environment for human beings. It's a place where seed goes in the ground and then it starts growing in two directions at the same time. It starts growing down in the deep, dark, damp, dirty, dense dirt where nobody can see it. That's called the root system. And if there is no root system, there can be no fruit system. And see, too many people want the fruit but don't want the root, because the root is hard. The root system has pressure. The root system has resistance. The root system's uncomfortable. And then finally it breaks through. Just a little shoot, breaks up through the dirt. Now you got the shoot system, and then the sunlight hits it, and then it starts growing even more and more and more and more and more, and then it starts growing branches, and it starts branching out. Oh, trees don't grow in an afternoon. They didn't tell you. You can't sow the seed this morning, had a tree this afternoon. That ain't how trees work.
But I didn't watch Myron say this until after I'd already recorded myself saying the same thing. Matthew 13:31 says the mustard seed, the smallest seed that grows into the largest tree. The same passage that I read that morning, the same metaphor that Myron used, the same garden I planted on April 2nd. What happened while I thought nothing was happening? Well, 53,000 views on a single reel, 1,620 saves, people bookmarking my word to study it. A verified artist with 500,000 followers liked my video. Shout out Lil Tony. Comment saying how you edit that, and this is art, and how am I watching this for free? But I almost missed it because I was overlooking my own gift.
So I ain't gonna lie to him. I knew I was gonna go up, bro. I told y'all, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to him. It's up, twin. It's up, twin. I don't care. I won, bro. I won. Steezy just commented. You feel me? I'm really like that, bro. You a banana, twin. Talking about, twin.
I got so many thousand coming. Y'all see that?
Please say I could see that. It's Steve! Twin, nigga Tom fading, you still not one of them? Go put in work. Don't be mad at me because he ain't caught that fucking, you feel me? Twin, I haven't been on his time. That's the problem. I've been on my time, bro. I've been on my time. Not understanding that God has a time for me. The time that he set for me it's an appointed time for that. He says that, Habakkuk too. It's an appointed time for that, and it should not prove false. It shall not prove false. He literally said that in words, man. So as long as you keep doing your part, your opportunity gonna come, your chance gonna come. It's all about just staying consistent and doing what you need to do to prepare for it. Be prepared. God is in the neighborhood. He's saying coming to get you. Be prepared. Just because he's not at your front doorstep right now don't mean he's not coming. What do you mean? He's on the way for you, bro. He's on the way, bro. That's why I'm sitting here in this garage, twin. It's all about belief. Y'all young niggas can call me crazy, bro. I just believe, bro. I'm just confident. I'm just confident. In my Lord, though, not in myself. Because I fall short every trip. But I'm powered by God. Hell is you saying?
It wasn't something I was making money off yet. It wasn't hard for me. Therefore, I didn't think it counted. But that's the thing about your leverage. It doesn't feel special to you because it's yours. That's how you know it's yours.
You working out today? I like it. I like it. You wrote it down?
I gotta run it through you first.
But we're gonna end it with you. Started with you, tell mine, we ended with you.
My boxing coach saying is literally changed my perspective on everything. This was the moment that I realized that I was meant to tell my story, but integrate the people in my domain, expand my domain. But telling other people's story didn't mean I have to sacrifice my own. My story was their story. Their story was mine. And that's what Domain Documentaries is about.
Like, everyone helps each other. Like, we're literally meant to be dependent on each other. Just having that conversation, it just made me think about like starting my channel and just really doing documentaries of people, just them talking about their lives and like finding their old pictures and just sharing other people's stories. Because I feel like my full embodiment of Versus Domain is not so much about just telling my story, but allowing other people, creating a platform where others can tell theirs. Everyone has a story. You just have to learn how to tell it. And if I can help people craft and articulate themselves, you know, to be able to explain like where they come from, because he was saying how he came from the hood of Miami all the way to going to Yoruba and going Shark Tank diving, and you know, he was there when the tsunami hit Japan in 2011, 2012, and he had to pick up these dead bodies. It's just like hearing all these things, it's just unfathomable, the experiences that people have, and like we walk past them every day not really knowing this, because like you would never know that a dude who's working retail in the gardening section of Lowe's was a disabled veteran who's been through all this stuff. Like, you really realize, bro, damn, life really not about me, bro. Like, think about what I just told you this man just did. And that's only a fraction. Mind you, we were talking for an hour, probably plus. And these are the things that he's sharing with me. And like, this is off of one conversation. So I'm saying that to say is, some people, like, everyone helps each other. Like, he may not have the time nor skill or creative gift to be able to express that and give people hope that there are people out here doing good. There are people out here trying to save others. There are people out here being selfless and showing love in their own form, because that's what we were placed down here to do. We were placed down here to learn how to love and express ourselves in our creative form. The universe is teaching itself how to love itself through different mediums. That's why all of us have creative gifts and stuff like that. That's why I want to build a community where it's like, it's a bunch of different multi-passionate creatives or people, you know, who come together and share their gifts like a collective and are able to create something bigger than them. There's power in numbers, and iron sharpens iron. Everyone's lived a life just like you. I can really dedicate my life to sharing other people's stories, bro. Like, being a platform for other people, like me, myself, being a platform to elevate other people's stories.
The fruit is always a representation of the root. If you're watching this and you feel early, you are. That's not a problem. That's protection. If you feel like you're carrying people who don't know they're being carried, the tightrope doesn't last forever. The person who walks it long enough becomes the bridge. If you feel like your father walked out on you, like you didn't have a blueprint, like you've always had to look out for yourself, maybe you were meant to look out for other people. The gap you felt is the gap you're meant to fill. In order to be dependable, you have to be dependent on God, on the source. because you are a finite resource, and the people who will one day depend on you need you to be plugged in to something infinite.
And all of it, like, it stems down to what are you really trying to achieve? Like, what does this glorify at the end of the day? And this is what Cheyenne helped me realize, bro. It's like, you're doing all this stuff, which is great that you have a direction. But what is it for? Is it selfless or selfish? At the end of the day, is it out of fear or is it out of love? At the end of the day, here it go. Right here, I found it. Okay, the cure for anxiety, bro. This is Matthew 6 through like 20. Matthew 6:25 through 6:34. For this reason I say to you, do not be anxious for your life as to what you shall eat or what you shall drink, nor for your body as to what you shall put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single cubit to his lifespan? O men of little faith, do not be anxious then, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or with what shall we clothe ourselves? For all these things the Gentiles eagerly seek. For your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Therefore do not be anxious for tomorrow will care for itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. It don't get no better than that, gang. Like, and I realize a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is out of worry, bro. Like, it's out of anxiety, it's out of fear. And it's mad obvious, bro. Like, if you really look at it, if you remove yourself and try to overstand it, it's mad obvious, bro. You can learn those skills, but that don't mean that it's gonna produce no fruit. Like, just like he said, bro. The fact of the matter is, bro, us humans, we make things so complex. We go in circles of complexity. Success is simple. Success is subtraction. Success is just dumbing things down. But Cheyenne said, bro, God is the one who makes things simple. You can't make things simple without him in it. That's why these things are broken down in the word. It's like, it seems like, oh, it just happened like boom, 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 boom. But that's because God made it like that. I'm sure it wasn't easy, but God made it simple for his children. And that's what he's asking us to do. He don't want us to try and do all these different things and try to be strong in our own way, bro. He wants us to literally lay all our burdens at his feet. Surrender. He wants us to surrender. Surrenderance is so hard though, because we think surrenderance, like when you think of surrenderance, bro, you don't think it mean, okay, like if I'm having money problems, I genuinely need to spend more time with God. If I'm struggling with anxiety and worry, I need to actually just spend more time with God. Because to us, we think of time like, bro, we need to be hustling. Like, yes, you need to be hustling. You need to be putting in work. I'm not saying that you don't need to be putting in work, but you have to make time for God, bro, because God is powering you to do that. In order to hustle, where do you think your energy comes from? You are a finite being. You're not doing that in your own power, your own strength. You're being powered by God to do these things. So he should come before all that. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. Acknowledge me in all your ways. Your attention has to be placed on him. Then he will direct your path and make your path straight. You don't have to worry about how it's going to work out. The vision that he gave you is going to come true. The desires of your heart were placed there by him. Because in the end, it's all going to come back to him if you obey.
Nobody who made it big was also the one behind the camera producing the documentary of their rise from day one until now. So don't give up on the garden, even when it looks like dirt.